Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing something kind of fun. I got this vinyl box the other day and I've been waiting to open it because I wanted to do this. And I'm going to open this today. And I'm also going to talk about my top 10 songs that have made a big have really impacted me in my life, really made me feel. So yeah, there's not much else to say. Let's just do this. I'm really excited to open this thing. And I really like the pink box. I chose the #Sunday Fun Day collection, but also based on what I like, so I don't know how it impacts it really, but just full disclosure. First thing I've got here is Frankie Rose here in Wild. I've never heard of Frankie Rose, so that'll be cool to listen to. Actually, of Montreal, and I actually kind of have a kind of love of Montreal. There are a few albums that I've heard that I really, really like. It's of Montreal, The Bird Who Continues to Eat the Rabbit's Flowers, so this one will be fun. Ooh, Tennis, Cape Dory. I've heard of Tennis, and I think I started listening to them, but didn't really go full in. So this one will be fun to listen to also. Okay, so with every vinyl box that you get a little card from the person who put it together for you. And mine says, "Hey Danae, welcome to Vinyl. I noticed that you liked Best Coast, so I threw in an LP from a similar sounding band, Tennis, who I've actually listened to, so good call. I also gave you a full length from Ex-Vivian Girl and Dum Dum Girl, Frankie Rose, and I've listened to some of both of those bands, so relevant. And lastly, I slipped in an EP from Indie Rock Legends of Montreal. Hope you enjoy. Signed, Jamie." So thank you, Jamie, because I think you probably did a pretty good job. And I'm excited to listen to all of these. So now I'm just going to talk about the songs that made a big impact in my life. But yeah, I'm just gonna get into this then. So my first one, I did not choose. I picked The Killers, Mr. Brightside, and Midnight Show. So that for me was the first, The Killers, when I heard, I think it was Mr. Brightside. I don't think I was that into Somebody Told Me, but Mr. Brightside really struck a chord with me. I don't know why, but I heard that song and I loved it, and I used to listen to that album every day when I was in 8th grade, and I had a friend and we would talk about it every day and analyze it heavily, and Midnight Show was always a song that we really debated what it was actually about, so I think that's why that one really means a lot to me, and just Mr. Brightside for bringing them to me. Thank you for that song. My second choice is Someone Like You by Adele. For me, I heard this song when I was going through a tumultuous time with someone I liked, and I don't know, this song just kind of said everything you want to be able to say when you're going through a breakup. I think Adele has a really good way of getting to the feeling you feel when you're going through that and articulating it, and that song just really articulated how I felt to me. The next one is a similar feeling. It's Lana Del Rey, Pawn Shop Blues, and I found this song just listening to Lana Del Rey on YouTube before I owned any of her albums, and I don't know, this one always stood out to me. It just it it had so much emotion in it, and it just, I don't know, it really stood out to me. If you haven't heard it, you should go find it. I like linked the one I listen to a lot, and it's just sweet and pretty, while also acknowledging like that feeling that you have to let go even though you really don't want to. And that to me is just, it's a good song to listen to when you're trying to get over something. Okay, my next song is Transatlanticism by Death Cab for Cutie. And I mean, this is also an emotional song, but it's just that feeling of like being far away from something you want. And just, I don't know, the feeling of being far away. It just kind of gets it without being too emotional. I mean, it's pretty emo, but my next song is Nothing to Worry About by Peter, Bjorn, and John. I was a junior when I first heard this song in high school, and there was something like really upbeat and like just like keep moving, like shit's gonna happen and just keep going, don't worry about it, everything's gonna be okay in the end. So I don't know, that song just, it gets to me. My next song is Mariella by Kate Nash, and I love this song. It's like, it's really fun, but it's also about like just being your own person no matter what anyone else thinks. And I think that's super cool, and that everyone needs to do that and think that and feel that and just be like, fuck everything else, I'm gonna do me, and yeah, just keep going for what I want and don't care about what anyone else thinks. And I love that about Kate Nash, I love that about this song, and I love it. My next song is One by One by Robert Francis. I really like this song because lyrically it's really beautiful, and it's like, just shit is going to happen and we have to keep going, because if we stop, and everything is going to keep moving no matter what. So just one step at a time, like one by one, like we're gonna get through it all. Okay. My next song is by William Fitzsimmons, and it's called I Don't Feel It Anymore. And this song was also, I was going through a really shit time, and I listened to this album constantly, and it made me cry all the time. But it also made it possible for me to like feel the emotion that I was feeling, and know, like, in case you forgot, you're not the only person who has ever felt this way before, and they got through it, you can too. And I think as someone who's like suffered from like depression and social anxiety and like mental health stuff, that knowing someone else has felt this and someone else has gone through it, so that means I can be really helpful and really, I don't know, just encouraging. So William Fitzsimmons, The Sparrow and the Crow, that album is like so good, and the ultimate breakup album, and like it goes through the whole gamut of realizing it's over to trying to move through it and just feeling the feels, and then coming out on the other side and knowing like you want to be happy and happy for the other person, and it's really great album. So my next song is Sky Ferreira's Sad Dream. I first heard Sky Ferreira, I was probably in high school too, and I remember seeing her and being like, who's that girl? She looks cool, I want to know what she's about. And all of these songs are really sad, but it's like you love someone and they're not who you want them to be, and it really deals with the feeling of I love you and I wish you could be in my life, but you're not at that point, and I have to accept that even though I don't want to. And my last song, I don't know how old I was when I found this song. I was probably in middle school, and they're all those like online quizzes, and I did one. I forget on what website, but it was for what song is your theme song, and my theme song was Pretty Girl by Sugar Cult. I don't really remember what the reasoning behind it was, but after I got that, I was like, I have to go find this song. I don't know, it's just like, this girl doesn't even get how like awesome she is, and like, she's perfect, but she's also miserable. I think that's a feeling that everyone has, that they're not who people think they are, and or like they feel differently than other people interpret them. And I think that song like really, it's like a emo way of articulating that feeling, or like that interpretation of like this awesome person that you think is the bomb.com, and just like cannot see that in themselves. And I mean, maybe that's how I am, I don't know. Like, other people do seem to think I'm a lot cooler than I think I am. It's like, thank you people who think I'm cool. But yeah, I've loved that song ever since. So thank you to that online quiz for bringing that song to me, because I immediately clicked with that song and I love it. And those were my top songs of life. I'm so glad I got this vinyl thing, because I just thought it was a good way to tie in stuff that I love and have loved for years, and then new music that I'm just discovering. So yeah, like, a happy marriage. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.